Forever Dog.
Hello, Forever Dog listeners. I'm Allison Raskin.
And I'm Gabby Dunn.
And we host the podcast Just Between Us, which is available right here, right now on Forever Dog.
Just Between Us is a variety show that features listener questions, in-depth interviews, and topical topics.
We also play a game show called Hypotheticals. I could try to explain it to you, but the rules keep changing. I make the rules.
And I always lose. We're also joined each week by incredible guests, including disability activist Alice Wong, Planned Parenthood's Alexis McGill-Johnson, best-selling author and therapist Lori Gottlieb, and primatologist Kate Gilmore.
New episodes of Just Between Us drop every Wednesday. So while you're listening to this podcast, search for Just Between Us with Allison Raskin and Gabby Dunn. Hit that subscribe button and check us out.
Please.
Please.
Just Between Us.
This may come as a surprise, but my family is ready to get out of the house. So I did a search on the Vrbo app. They've got vacation homes anywhere your family wants to go. We found the perfect beach house that was just a drive away. It has an outdoor kitchen, a pool, and a game room for the kids, so we can really unwind and relax. Check out the Vrbo app for whatever kind of vacation your family needs. That's Vrbo, VRBO.com. Your together awaits.
Forever Dog.
Hi, everybody. It's Michelle Collins. This is part 2 of Midnight Snack. I'm looking at one of my nearest and dearest, the man who truly lubricated my presence in Los Angeles in a way. I really fondly remember our dinners, Ryan O'Connell.
Yeah. Well, and that one block that you were the mayor of. You were the mayor of Formosa, Jones.
That's right.
And then the La Brea, like that 2-block radius.
I was the celebrity Target manager. I had a side hustle, slinging rice at Crazy Rockin' Sushi. Then you would, Formosa closed. There was a bar called Formosa that was, when it was good, was really fun. I love Formosa.
It closed like 5 times and it rebranded 5 times. Like,
every time.
It was a different restaurant every time I walked in.
I just liked it because they always had hot bartenders and they would always give me free drinks. And I was like, great.
Yes.
And because I was there all the time. And then Jones, which Jones was really the staple. Jones was the hub.
Loved it. Yeah, great food.
I miss Jones. So maybe the one thing I miss in LA. And you. Ryan also has a show on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, shame on you. It's called Special. And do you know when season 2 is going to be out?
I would say a few months. We don't have like a full release date yet, but it's going to come out soon.
I asked you before and I tried to trick you now. I was like, now when is it out? And you said the same thing. And I appreciate that. But Ryan and I, God, we have a lot to get to. I teased last episode. And again, we're recording this now. It's a week before this is released. So if Trump has dropped if things have happened to Joe, God forbid, we don't know. So don't fault us for it. Don't fault. It's funny to think about what things could happen in the next week.
Oh, I know. Because history has proven that it will.
I think some shit's really going to go down. I have a bad feeling.
I agree. I think that we were served the appetizer and their entree is coming. That's how I feel.
I just, I'm so happy I don't live in D.C., even though I'm I'm a 4-hour Amtrak ride away. But I just am happy that I'm not there. I'm happy also that I'm not in L.A. looking at I hate to say it, but...
Oh, honey, it's not good. It's like District 9. Like, you do not want to be here at all. Like, Corona has really found her voice. She's really gotten her sea legs here, and she's not leaving. She's just, like, on the trolley at the Grove over and over again, and she's not leaving. Like, she's like, I like it here. I like the weather. I can survive here. Like, the climate's good. Like, it's horrible. It really is.
The idea, I'm not laughing at all the harm that Corona is causing, but I am laughing at the idea of a single organism ringing the Grove trolley bell. Like a little Corona germ doing it. So cute.
Totally. She's like, I get why so many people move here.
Yeah. She's self-taping right now. She's like, hey guys, I'm Corona, reading for the part of Maggie in...
She's like,
I'm indestructible.
I hope I get this CBS pilot, The Virus Next Door.
No, she's on next season of Call Me Kat. I don't know if you saw that. Corona. God forbid. We love us some Cheyenne Jackson, and I won't hear anything else about it. Love Cheyenne. Now listen, Mary-Kate and Nicholas Sarkozy, or as I like to call him, or Sarkozy, they're getting divorced Can you explain to me how those stills leaked? Because I don't get how we even got to see that from the Zoom.
I don't either. I suspect that someone will be fired very quickly. I am obsessed with it. If I was to ever get divorced, I now have a divorce Pinterest board. I now know what I would want it to look like.
What would be on it?
First of all, it would require everyone in my court proceedings to be, I guess, color coordinated in all black, which Mary-Kate had as a mandate. Also, I read an Us Weekly article where Mary-Kate couldn't get the Zoom to work, which makes me believe something that I always felt, which is that she's never Zoomed a day in her life. She doesn't know what that is. She doesn't understand. She doesn't get it. She's like, Zoom?
She has like, mild David Sedaris kind of a thing where it's like not being good with electronics. Like the idea of her going to an Apple store, to me, I can't picture it. I can picture her having a phone, but like figuring out how to hook up an HDMI cord. Like there's just no way she knows how. No.
There's no room for Zoom in her life.
Right.
Like there's not, like she's curated her life in such a gorgeous, delicate, rich person way where she never has to interface with this. This is not her journey. She doesn't do that.
Which is the one that Ashley's the one who went to rehab, right?
No, Mary-Kate went to rehab.
Oh.
Ashley has Lyme.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Because you never hear about Ashley. It's always
Honey,
Mary-Kate.
I am the unofficial biographer of these twins. I know everything. I'm addicted to them. They are like the air I breathe. They keep me going. They're the reason why I get up in the morning. Like, I love them.
See, I know I'm older than you are. I never got into their movies. Like It Takes Two, like all those things. I don't know from that.
No.
I know the Bowls of Cigarettes story, obviously famous.
Gorgeous.
But what is happening with Ashley? Is she dating someone? Do we know? Like how do you even follow their lives? Because they do seem. I know they had once like a $40,000 bag that she put on the ground. I'll never forget that. What's the latest with the two of them?
It's hard. You have to go digging for treasure. Like, it's truly like Nancy Drew, Olsen Twin Detective. Like, they are really, really off the map. Ashley is aggressively off the map. Like, you don't really hear anything about her at all. Mary-Kate, with the divorce, is now really center stage again, which I am so grateful for.
Right.
I love when she, basically was like, I'm going to get evicted out of my house. Like, please, emergency, court hearing. I was like, okay, truly iconic. Love. How
did these two even end up together is my question.
It's called daddy issues.
Oh, God.
It's called she has a really good relationship with her dad, I'm assuming.
But who is her dad? Who are the parents there? I've never seen them.
I heard a story, and this is unsubstantiated. My friend...
Go on.
My friend... This is really weird. My friend said that her dad is an Uber driver. He literally was like, I just took an Uber, and the Uber driver was Mary-Kate's dad. Now, because I am I know everything about these twins, I actually know what her dad looks like. I would be able to identify him out of a lineup. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if this was just some guy that was saying that he was the Olsen twins' dad, but it's very interesting. I don't know. And then you have Elizabeth Olsen. She's, love her.
I love her. I flew with her once, and she was sitting, not to brag, it was a United business class seat, but not international, local, so it was a normal seat. Sure. And I just remember she kept asking for grapes. It was like watching Coco the gorilla, but skinny and blonde. She kept sitting there and going, they would come by with the food. And you know that when I'm in business class, I don't lick the plates, actually. In fact, I pride myself on really having a lot of self-control with the food, not only because it's usually bad, but for example, I have a rule, I will never get a sundae. I'll never eat ice cream on a plane.
Right.
I just won't do it. I'm like...
That's fair.
You know what I mean? But I'll eat
You gotta draw the line.
I have to.
You gotta draw the line.
I'm sorry, you're going to push a cart down, and then I have to, in front of all these rich people, go, can I get caramel, chocolate sauce? No, you're describing now my nightmare. So I'll never do that. Once in a blue moon, I'll get the cheese plate. And that's really has to be a nice flight. Oh, but Elizabeth Olsen was sitting there, and they kept coming by with, would you like nuts? Would you like soda? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, I'll just take some grapes. And it was like, that is how she stays skinny.
She strikes me as someone who's always cold. You know what I mean?
Hello. She's a skeleton.
Can you turn it up? Can you just turn it up a little? You know what I mean? Very much like that.
Well,
you know
all skinny white women look like that. I've never seen a skinny white woman who I can't picture in a cardigan with the sleeves Ariana Grande pulled down below the hands, being like, I'm warm. Are you guys hot? Can you imagine a skinny white girl going I'm boiling hot. Are you guys hot? I'm sizzling. I can't picture it. I'll do it because I'm literally built here I'm about to go plow plow the fields in St. Petersburg, but like,
Oh,
you know,
God.
I was run hot.
Yeah, same.
Always warm. Yeah, go on.
So then we have Elizabeth Olsen. She's cold on flights, asking for grapes, and then so Mary Kate is like, she went to the Hamptons this summer. She ate carbs. There was like photos of her eating pasta, which I thought was a win.
I like that. Yeah,
for her. Yep, totally. They're my age. They're 2 months older than me, so I did grow up with them. But I will say I feel like they're getting plastic surgery to make themselves look older, which I think is like incredible and probably the first, like, leave it to them to be just trendsetters yet again. You know what I mean?
How old are
like,
they? Are they like, I think
I'm 34, so 34.
Oh, they're only 34. They really do look older. Maybe they call it
cigarettes.
I was going to say smoking. They're getting like the old Jane Birkin treatment, who was like stunning. And then by the time she hit 43, she had like one brown can opener tooth. I mean, people are going to come for me right now, but
No, but they've been working since they were 9 months old. So they're at 34 already and they're like eccentric in their 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the stage of their career, because they've been working for so long, they're already like kooky, weird ants that you're like, okay. Like,
I can't even imagine him this is a terrible thing to say, but I can't. And first of all, he looks like dog shit too. I mean, he really looks.
I want to fuck him too. And
you want to fuck him?
Honey,
I guess.
I'm not well. Like, I understand. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not proud of the things,
Yeah.
that I feel.
I feel like the idea of him like sleeping with her and like,
oh, it's terrifying.
It really frightens me.
How does he not break her? Like, it looks like he would break her.
I feel like it's like in Little Shop when Audrey 2 ended up in the mouth of the plant. Like, it just feels like she's so delicate. Yeah. She feels very Glass Menagerie, just like, don't come too close, like you'll shatter me. And then you have this French piece of shit. I hate the French. This French piece of shit coming in. Fuck the French, God. And, the worst, biggest anti-Semites, by the way, not for me. Anyway.
Oh my God.
They're just anti-everything, but especially the Semites. Just take it from me. The whole thing. The only thing I like about the Olsens, I will say, the one thing that connects me to them, and, I don't know if they have, well, I don't even want to go down this path because I'm not in the mood to get canceled. It's just too early in 2021.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'm just going to say that they're both quite slim. Can we agree on that?
Yes, they are slim.
They're slim ladies, and their clothing line, The Row, and they also have Elizabeth and James, which has cute stuff, but The Row is like the chic, like expensive. It is so
it's beyond.
Absurdly
it's so
expensive.
It's so expensive.
There was a dress from The Row that, I'm not joking, ended up at the runway at TJ Maxx, and I was like, oh my God, The Row. And it was on clearance, a satin navy blue dress that was like on clearance at TJ's for I think $480. And this is like from probably $4,000, and I lifted it up. When I tell you it was tattered, the strings pulled out, and I'm going,
no,
throw it out. Eventually you have to just toss some fabric. It's garbage. It's a schmata from Orchard Street. Throw it in the fucking garbage, but they won't. But I do love their stuff because you know why? They cut everything massively huge. Now, I'm not a small girl, but I could easily fit into probably 50% of the things that The Row made because it was like, and I was going to say, there are certain girls who are very slim who love to be enveloped in clothing.
Because they're cold. They want to be warm.
They're cold. Now, on me, it fit normally, but on them, it was like, E.T. in the dress,
Yeah. No, I mean, I realized, like, growing up with the Olsens and their style, like, when I was in my early 20s, I was like, I can wear oversized things. I'm like, oh, actually, I can't because I am just regular sized, and then it just looks ill-fitting.
These past few months have been really tough, and we are still in that famously unprecedented time. So if you're looking for outside help and someone to speak to, why not try BetterHelp? BetterHelp is professional counseling done securely online. They match you with a licensed therapist that you can start talking to in under 48 hours, and the service is available for clients worldwide. So if one of your 2021 goals is focusing on your mental health, why not check out BetterHelp? You can speak to your therapist in a safe and distanced way over video and or phone sessions. Plus, it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available if you need it. It's important to BetterHelp that they make great therapeutic matches. But if you feel you and your therapist are just not clicking, not only is it okay, it's free and easy to change counselors. BetterHelp just wants to make this process as comfortable as it can be. So visit betterhelp.com/midnightsnack. That's BetterHelp, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states if you are a therapist or you know a therapist that's looking for work. And of course, we have a special offer for our listeners. Get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/midnightsnack. That's 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/midnightsnack. Ryan, why are there going to be Oscars this year? Don't you think they should cancel the Oscars? Cancel all award shows.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think all this stuff is just really depressing to me. I don't need a reminder of how different things are right now. I live that existence every single day. So seeing them kind of like hodgepodge together some award ceremony, it's not escapism. It's just like a stark reminder of like how fucked everything is.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't need it. You know what I mean? I don't need to see that.
I have to say this. Do you not just like a tiny little bit wish that you had a movie come out this year? Because like think of how much easier it is to get a nomination this year.
Oh, right. Well, it's like you just get an A for showing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally down to like, it's like the nominees this year. I wasn't even in a movie, and I'm just going to spoil the nominees this year are me and Carey Mulligan. Like, no, they're just, there's nobody to nominate. It's like they don't know where to even point a finger for these movies.
Yeah, I honestly don't get it. I've never been an awards like show person. I don't really get it. I feel like I'm missing that chip where like I care about that stuff. I don't know. Like it doesn't. It doesn't do it for me. I think
I tell myself that I like it because I like to live tweet it and there's fodder in that sense. And also one day, ideally, I would love to host something, although I don't think they allow women to do that yet. But the day that, other than Tina and Amy, but the day that they do, I would like to be considered, given that I'm a nominee this year. But
oh my God.
In long story short, I just don't care anymore either. I think I've just given up. All right.
It's just a weird time, and it's weird to get it up for anything, quite frankly.
Yes.
It's like just full, like, limp brain 24/7.
So can we talk about your life? First of all, you have your lovely boyfriend, Jonathan, who I also adore. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he wrote a novel, Casually Addicted, and it's coming out in a few months. So that's exciting. And we bought a house, LOL.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you in it now?
House. Yeah, I'm in it now. It's a little wallpaper.
Oh my God, where is it?
It's in Echo Park. Congratulations. It's really cute. Thank you.
Did you buy it during pandemic or before?
Yeah, it was truly psychotic. Like we bought it, well, A, when I was shooting special, which truly deleted years off my life, but also B, we bought it like when LA was on fire for like 3 months and you like couldn't go outside because the air quality was so bad. So like I literally was going to like house hunting with like in a full like gas mask hazmat suit, and I was like, I love LA. I can't wait to like plot down some roots. And I'm just like, anyway, it's like asthmatic, like literally, like ashes are falling on my face, like a tree branch falls, and I'm like, oh my God, California dreaming.
I was gonna say, are you not nervous? You know, I'm from Miami, which is sinking. You know that Miami, the ground is made of Swiss cheese. The water literally comes up through the holes, and yet it is what it is. Just people still moving there and living there. But I would be nervous, I think, to plant such deep roots in a town that is on fire so much, and where the earthquake, really it's that earthquake. When I lived in LA, every day, I had all my home goods plates from Rosenthal to all my Rosenthal china.
Yep.
And every day I woke up thinking, if today's the day. When I left, I remember thinking, I'm so grateful that I left before the big one hits.
Yes, Los Angeles is doomed, and it required a bunch of mental gymnastics. I was struggling with those mental gymnastics.
I'll kill you for that.
Yeah, no, I knew this was a safe space to try that out.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and so I really was like, I knew, but then like I also like know people that are like getting pregnant right now, and I'm like, I celebrate them. I understand, but I'm also like, honey, we're gonna die. I mean, like, it's the end of the road, baby. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's so bleak, LOL. I'm like, comedy podcast, end of the world. Anyways.
No. By the way, it's funny that you say that, because I recently broke the news to my mom, although she's in such deep denial about it, that I don't want to have children. Like, and I have friends being like, well, freeze them. You never know. And I'm like, no, my joke is that I want to freeze them and never thaw them. I'm like, freeze them and keep them there. Like, get them out of my body. I just don't,
You freeze them, and then it gets so hot in the world that it literally melts, and then they're like not usable.
And they're all my little babies there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like all these little giants. I'm like, oh my fucking God, my eggs unfroze.
They've been raising themselves.
I just don't think I want
podcasts. You like go to the laboratory. They're all podcasting. They're like, anyways. They're like my babies. They're like, let's talk about The Bachelor. Anyways, like.
I would love it if my thawed eggs all competed with me in the podcasting space. That would be genius. And they would all kick my ass because they'd be on TikTok. Like, they'd be so good at all the dances. And I'd be like this, like.
They're TikToking from the lab.
No, I don't know what to say. And like exactly what you just said too, where I'm like, why would I? Because I'm at an age now where it's like do or die time. You know, my joke is that if I do get pregnant, I would of course keep it. Not because of any political thing, because I'm very pro-choice, but just if it's like the science and if the odds make it so, then of course I'll keep it. But I don't know if it's going to happen, but I will say this, that the idea of it happening chills me to my bones. I'm like, no, why would I want to have a little kid who, by the way, kids these days are legitimately unbearable. And unless I make my child the dorkiest, like friendless, basically who I was growing up, you have to make your kid friendless because that's how they work to get a personality and be funny and do all these other things. And I want a little old soul. You know, if I had a young soul, get it out of my sight. I need a little reincarnated, like I want Gurdu from Lion. You know what I mean? I want a little.
Absolutely. Well, I feel like if you have one child, you can make that child bend to your world. Like that child can do whatever. I think if you have more than one, then they're not bending to shit. Then you're like truly picking up after them, doing whatever they want to do. But I think the key is to have one.
I actually, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I also do.
The camera cuts out.
He might listen to this.
It's static phones. I know.
He might listen.
I love my siblings. I really do. And actually, I've gotten like a lot closer to my sister in particular during the pandemic.
That's good.
Which has been really good. But we are all very different. It's like, honey, nature versus nurture. It's like we really are. You couldn't get more opposite people.
No, it's nature all the way because that is exactly how my brother and I are. We could not be more different politically, sense of humor, physically, honestly, other than us both being tall. It's really, it's a shock. I'll say it. I'll just say that like that. It's a shock. But it happens. You know, it happens. And that's why I don't want kids. All right? Thanks. That's because of my brother. I'm joking. I'm kidding. But why were we on this topic? I don't even know. Because pandemic, I'm just like, what? I feel like this pandemic has made me rethink everything where I'm just like, I don't even want to live in New York anymore. I want to go. Now I'm like, I want to move to Europe and just be European. Like, I need to crack the case and get the fuck out of this country. I'm pulling a Streisand.
It's been a really weird time. I mean, obviously that's like the you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And now, like, being in month 10, I will say this final stretch, in quotes, has been the hardest for me because it's like, okay, Biden is president, okay, but not president yet, and who knows what's going to happen next. Yeah. Okay, the vaccines are here, but, like, honey, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Like, literally, like, I'm like, where can I, like, how is that possible?
Know.
So it's like,
I know.
I feel like I'm getting emotionally blue-balled by, like, all these things that, like, where I thought my brain could be like, okay, if we get this X, Y, and Z, things will improve. And yet it still seems so far away from improving. And I think that's the hard thing I have reconciling.
I 100% agree with you. And I think especially since coming back from where I went a couple weeks ago, it's been really hard to adjust to because I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm back. I'm in my apartment. Like, I'm trying to minimize my things because I'm just like, I don't need anything anymore. I just want to get rid of my stuff. I don't want to look at the same shit that I've been looking at now for over a year. I want it out of my house. Like, genuinely, get it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want a new couch. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just like, I'm psychotic is what I'm trying to say. And funny vaccine thing is that I've heard from a couple of people that because it's so disorganized, the way that the distribution has been going down here in America, that people have just gone to their doctor, young people, and the doctor's like, you want the vaccine? I have it. And they're getting it from their doctor.
Okay, I'm furious, like Steamboat Willie style, because literally, like, I called my doctor yesterday and I was like, okay, not to brag, but we all know I have cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
so,
hello, Netflix's star. Netflix's cerebral star.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was like, not to bury the lead here, but I am definitely disabled. And so I was like, okay, so like I have a pre-existing condition. Now, I don't know how CP interacts with corona. My guess is not great. So like I want to get the vaccine, and so I call my doctor and be like, "Hey babe, like what's the deal? What's the vibe?" And they're like, literally, we don't know. Like, literally, it was like a depressing phone call where they were like, check out the email blasts. I mean, I don't, it was truly like bone chilling because like my doctor is chic and good and like amazing. And it was like, no one knows anything. So your friend's doctors, I'm like, honey, shoot, like IV drip, need them now.
No, that's how I feel. Well, you know that I would take the last sip like a gerbil to the little ball and just lick it. Like I want it in me somehow. I want it in me.
Totally. Yeah,
I want it in me.
Absolutely.
And I'll take anyone.
Think that there's like,
I'll take anyone.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
To think that there's like unused doses, like literally like 2 miles from my house in some hospital somewhere that are gonna get thrown out.
I know.
And I'm like here, like literally being weighed down by like the existential dread and anxiety of having corona, is terrible. Like it makes me so mad.
No, I know. Like, I'm really sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, I do think ultimately things will get better, but it's not going to be like a light switch.
Right.
And so, and I feel like we're all kind of going through this collective trauma, TBH. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait to see like how this reverberates throughout the rest of our lives.
Oh, we're, you know, I actually think we're in the perfect age range to be going through this. Although you could argue for me, if I did want children, you know, because I have a lot of girlfriends who are single who are my age, and they're like, that's their ovaries. They're just like, Coco, corona cough. If you really want to laugh, Google gorillas coughing, and there's a video, because you know those poor gorillas got COVID at the San Diego Zoo. So I Googled coughing because I was like, gorillas cough? Like, I didn't know that they did that. Even though they're people, so of course they do. But there's a video where Coco, who literally is the funniest looking, I fucking love Coco, R.I.P., my fave, is sitting like a lump of shit. You know, Coco's so big and so happy and a genius.
I would kill to like see your YouTube viewing history. It's just like gorillas coughing, copycat like rip from the internet.
I'll pull it up, honestly. It's all animals. You know what it is? It's a lot of news bloopers. I love a news blooper.
Love a news blooper.
Oh my God, it's my favorite. If you really want to laugh, like if you're in a bad place, pull up, I think it's called News Be Funny is like the account, and he does monthly recaps of all the bloopers together, and 90% of them are terrible and stupid and you're like whatever, but then when they hit you with the one that's funny because you're so lulled, it's like having a demon enter your body. It's like I die laughing.
Oh, totally. I mean, I identify as like a total bimbo, so I'm like lowest common denominator sometimes.
Rude.
I'm literally like American.
Rude. I'm saying that I like this, and you go, well, I'm a fucking idiot, and I love it.
No. I'm just saying like I love like all the pratfall, like the whatever, like like
people
so
falling
stupid.
into a lake, and it's international, so they have a lot of people in like Denmark. I mean, you will shit. It's so funny. But I Googled Coco the gorilla, and the woman is like, Coco, you feeling sick? Give me a cough. And, you know, Coco's hands look like somebody put on 50 pairs of black leather gloves. Like, they're just so huge and so fake looking. And she takes her huge hand, and she holds it up to her mouth, and she goes, like, and she coughs. It is so sweet. I'm like, Coco. I love little Coco. But why did I bring this up with the gorilla coughing? There was a point to this. Corona. 39, our age. Yes. Right. Being single. You could argue that being a single woman who wants to start a family, this is not the ideal age to be locked indoors where you really can't date. Although you can, but you really can't. Depends. But honestly, I'd rather be this age than over 60. I guess 50s is probably a good age, 40s, 50s. I'd rather be this age than under 30.
Oh my God. Honey, if this happened when I was like 23, it would be like truly lights out for me. Like I would be like, I mean, I feel really lucky that like my life is in a more stable place. Like my job is secure, like all that stuff. It could be so much worse, you know? And you know what? All this will be so good because we're going to get the Sex and the City reboot that no one asked for. And I'm just so excited for just like that.
Well, obviously,
just like that.
Obviously I've been meaning to ask you about that.
I mean, I feel like as a gay man, I feel like I need to like clock into the I'm gay store and have an opinion about it. Like, it's like I can't, I feel like I like by law.
Yeah. Are you clocked in? Because I'd like to ask you about it.
Yeah, I clock in. Okay. So I work here for 20 minutes a day. So basically, you know, do I want to see this? Absolutely not. Will I watch every episode? Absolutely.
Wait, it's not a movie? It's the show they're bringing back? I thought it was a movie.
It's a limited series. It's a limited series.
Fuck
God
me.
help us all. God
literally,
help us all.
can I just say something? Literally, fuck me. I can't
No,
believe
I know.
that. I thought it was like the third movie they were making. Oh, they're doing a series?
No, by the end of the show, I'm going to be truly like the meme, old lady Rose from Titanic. It's been
84 years.
Like literally, like I'm going to be unwell.
No.
Like I can't do it.
It's going to obviously
but I
be
can.
awful. Because let's be honest, people aren't going to like this. I just got stabbing pains in my back. Is that Corona? Let me just cocoa cough.
No, that's Michael Patrick King.
That's him. I'm like, ow, he's behind me. My chandelier
Shut the
falls.
fuck up. Yeah. You get spiked by like a Manola Blahnik, it just like levitates towards you. You're like, please help.
We should write that. We should write about girls who hate Sex in the City, but then are haunted by Carrie, like the ghost of Carrie. There's something funny about that.
Oh my god.
Anyway, no, but what was I even just saying about? I don't even know. Oh, I was going to say the original series isn't great either. Has its moments.
I
liked it. I've seen every episode, but it's not
Yes.
like, oh my God, it's not, has its moments.
Sex and the City, the original show, to me is like a deeply flawed person you dated in your 20s.
That's right.
Who, like, you're like, okay, you're like not great, but honestly, we had some memories together, and I'm blinded by nostalgia, so therefore, I love you. And I think that the history has shown the movies were absolute trash, and then the show, I just feel like they haven't like updated computer. I feel like they're still like living like in the past. So I'm just really seeing those people tackle 2020. I mean, my bones have turned to crushed ice. It's like I don't. That's terrifying.
I got that. I know.
You know what I mean?
And I have always like. Listen, I love SJP because I'm a woman with taste, but
wait, have you been tracking her like begging people to come into like her store?
No.
Like on Instagram, my friend Isaac sends me these. Like she posts on, I guess she has like a store or like her shoes are sold.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she literally be like, "Hey guys, like I'm gonna be here from 3 to 4. So if you want to come by and stop by and get some jewelry, I'm here." And you're like, Sarah, people are dying.
She has a store actually next to Christian Siriano's store on 54th Street, I think. And
apparently she hangs out there in the pandemic.
Well,
it's her Cheers.
I get that. I'd want to be around all my shoes with my name on it during a pandemic. What else is she going to do? She can't go to Balthazar. I mean,
honestly, that's true.
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't
and
love.
Andy has a kid now, so maybe.
Oh, the kid is gorgeous, little Ben. I would say
so
that
cute.
I don't like the idea of her like standing outside like a maitre d' at an Italian restaurant in Little Italy, being like, "Are your feet hungry? Maybe you'd like a meal in this store. We sell shoes." That's sad
it's
to me.
serving like Buca de Beppo realness.
Buca de Beppo.
It's like.
Don't even go there with me, please. So, okay, I think we're on the same page about Sex and the City. Although now that I know that you feel this way, I am excited to watch it and then talk to you about it. I feel like that's going to be fun to do a recap.
I'm all for a recap. I mean,
Yeah.
The thing is, like without Samantha, it's the equilibrium is going to be so profoundly off. I really think it worked because they all complemented each other's personalities so nicely, and like when one became too overbearing, another one would come and balance them out.
Yeah.
And without Samantha there, like it's just it's like Sex and the City without a gay man at the table. You know what I mean?
I wonder if they're still going to do that trick where Cynthia Nixon is always eating something. Have you noticed that? In every scene in the series, she's always like, well, I don't know. Like she always has food in her mouth. I'm like, okay. And she's a pound and a half. You know what I mean? Hate that.
Yeah. She's MVP though. She's MVP of the show.
She's an actual Barnard grad, Cynthia Nixon, one of our famed alumnus.
Oh,
yes.
love.
Not to brag, but let's talk quickly about Special on Netflix. Even though I know that because season 1. When did season 1 come out?
Like literally 40 years ago. It came out like April. So almost 2 years ago.
That is cannot believe. I'm like actually having a full I'm having a full total recall meltdown. I've also been talking for 8 straight hours today, so forgive me. But how different was it going back to shoot the second season? Like what themes? Because the first season was great. I love your friend on it. What's her name?
Oh, Kim. Poonam Patel. Yeah,
she's so
great.
Funny.
She's great. Well, she has a huge new story in season 2. I mean, it's season 2 is going to be bigger. LOL. It's because season 1 was short form, and I feel like I'm not like supposed to say this, but like literally, who cares? It's going to be longer episodes. I
love that.
So
10 episodes.
I did. 8 episodes, but it's not going to be 15 minutes. It's going to be half hour.
As it should be, by the way. I like that for you.
Yeah. I just felt like kind of like I couldn't go as far as I wanted to go with the time constraints. And also, honestly, a lot of it was inspired by Kim, the character, because I was like, having her just be like the cheerleader to Ryan felt so wrong. And she, like, Poonam Patel, the actress, is so gifted that I was like, I want to give her a fully realized arc. So season 2 is a much more like fully realized version of the show. So I'm excited people see it, but it's been such a long process.
Yeah.
But the whole show's been fucking, everything takes forever. It's like limping its way to the finish line, you know?
I mean, I love that you have the show and that you can use it as a platform to talk about, like, I mean, not to sound too, eye-rolly woke or whatever, but there's so many conversations now about who should play who, and like, when you have, let's say, a disabled character, should it be a disabled performer, or if it's an Asian character, should it be Scarlett Johansson, things like that. And I think it's wonderful that they, obviously, it's also your show, so you should play yourself, clearly. Right. But do you think that there have really been changes in the industry, as you can see, like, as far as who got in hot water? Sia. That was an interesting thing with Sia.
Oh my God, Sia. That was not chic. She was hanging herself from the chandelier after that comment, I'm sure.
I mean, she fucked herself there, because you know what? Like, the way that she handled it was so the wrong way to handle that. And she's like, famous. Oh,
yeah,
God.
It was a facepalm moment. Here's the deal. I mean, I've talked about this before, where it's like, obviously actors are actors, and the whole idea is that they play parts that are not themselves.
Yeah.
But what I get really bothered by is that I feel like Hollywood has a history of like profiting off our pain and our marginalization to like be chic and get their own woke points, but without giving us any opportunities or jobs. The only way that like we can advance is by getting money and power, quite frankly, because we live in a capitalist hell. So like, to me, it's like, it's really important that you do authentic casting, because if you claim to love this community that you're celebrating and talking about, literally give them jobs. It's not that complicated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't live in an equal playing field where someone who's disabled has the same opportunities as someone who's not disabled. So it's like, when you have to give them the opportunity. Otherwise, you're just there being like, look, I did this thing. Aren't you so amazing that I like did a show, like did a movie that, that delves into autism anyways. And it's like, no, babe, like you don't get enough, anyway.
That's such a great way to explain it, because I think there are people who don't get it, and it's
if
you're
not
funneling money into the pockets and palms of people who are actually living this way, and there are actors in every category under the sun. If you're looking for, you name it, CAA will have it. It's like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, totally.
I agree with that. I think it's an important point. I think things are shifting. I mean, I don't know a ton about Hollywood because I'm not really like in the mix. But it does seem like, I don't know, it does seem like, I'll say this, it does seem like studios are afraid, which is good. Like they're afraid of getting in trouble and,
Yes. I mean, you can never appeal to their empathy because they have no empathy. Right. They're truly like sociopaths, but you can, like, they can be scared. Like, that's literally the only way to really enact change is just to make them scared and make them, like, be afraid of getting canceled and not looking chic.
Yeah.
And, honey, I'll take it. I mean, I would love for them to, like, want to do the right thing for, like, out of principle, LOL. But, like, that ship has sailed a long time ago.
And if you haven't seen Special on Netflix, watch it. It's first of all, it takes, like, a couple hours. It's like watching a movie, basically. Because, you know, sometimes you recommend series and people are like, well, I still haven't seen Bridgerton, which I haven't.
Yeah.
But watch it.
By the way, you recommend shows and people are like, it gets good around season 3. And I'm like, honey, what?
Oh.
Like, what do you... Like,
that's like what people used to say about LA to me. I'd go, I don't like LA. They'd go, wait 5 years. Then you're going to, I'm like, okay. Anyway. But listen, watch Special if you haven't. And you must follow Ryan on Instagram. Ryan, you're literally one of the funniest people ever. Ryan Ocon, Oconn. And just support Ryan. Buy his book, I'm Special. You have so much going on for you. Just honestly, what's your Cash App? I think people should just send you cash. Can you imagine?
No. Oh my God, LOL. No, I'm good.
No. He bought a house. He's doing good. Love to Jonathan.
Thank you.
Thank you. I adore you so much, and congrats on everything.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And listen, when your show comes out, do Sirius. We'll talk to you on Sirius.
Oh my God, yes. I would love to. Are you kidding?
Sure.
I love it.
Thank you, Ryan. And guys, we will see you next week, assuming we still have a functioning government. And that's
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm Michelle Collins. You can follow me on Instagram at MishCall and on Twitter. Guys, it's been fun. We'll see you next week. Bye.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Midnight Snack with Michelle Collins is executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. Produced by Tracy Soren. Original theme music by Gabe Lopez. Cover art by Ben Wiseman. To listen to this podcast ad-free, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcasts.com/plus. Check out video clips of our podcasts on YouTube at youtube.com/foreverdogteam. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Forever Dog Team to keep up with all the latest Forever Dog news.